I want to talk about relationship is everything for this leftover. If you had asked many of the Christian people I grew up with, they would say relationship is hogwash. And so I want to talk about that a little bit because Jesus says it is everything. Like most people my age, I'm computer illiterate and I struggle with making things work. And cell phones are a complete mystery. They can do things that I didn't even dream of. And I admit, I've become far too dependent on cell phones. But recently, my cell phone died and it wouldn't take a charge. Uh, it was really a panicky feeling because I relied on it way too much. And then I realized that no matter how amazing the technology is, how many things it'll do, it's completely worthless without a battery. And its life was not available, no matter what it could do. I have begun to realize that my Christian life is like that. Christian life must always begin by being born, or as Jesus says, born again. Being given a new life by Jesus Christ is the start of, uh, of the Christian life. And it begins by believing that Jesus is the same person as the Christ or the Messiah, God's eternal Son. And then that new life that he places in us is recharged by the same one who gave it to us, Jesus himself. And when it's not recharged, we don't lose the eternal life, but it becomes useless to us, like the cell phone with the dead battery. In the scriptures, the recharger, of course, is Jesus himself. He's the only one who has access to my new life. He charges our discharged spirits through relationship. In my background as a Christian, the idea of relationship was either missing, misunderstood, or ridiculed. And in most cases, even for famous Christians, they didn't understand the relationship with Jesus. They didn't know what that even was. So they focused completely on the accuracy of Bible doctrine. And that really is my own history. That's how I started out. When I began to realize the absolute necessity of an intimate relationship with Christ based on his new life that he gave me, my entire approach began to change. But I didn't know how. And it's hard to find people who even believe or understand what a relationship is. We just go on with life on a shallow plane. Most Christian teaching is about surface issues and busy work, getting things done. Relationships sound like a waste of time. Finally, I think I'm getting it. And it is what has been missing all my life. Relationship to Jesus and to God, my real Father, is all about how well I know them and how accurately I know them. The book of Hebrews calls Jesus the pioneer of my faith. He's my guide. He will walk me through it. But I have to come to him and talk to him about the details of my life, my struggles, my sins, and learn about his life. I learn to know both my real Father in heaven and my pioneer. And I come to know them as accepting and forgiving and loving because that's what they are. In our other relationships, We do a lot of faking, a lot of hiding, a lot of lying, a lot of trying to polish our image and look better than we are. But you can't have a relationship like that. It's so refreshing to get to know someone like the creator of the universe who understands our faults and weaknesses and is open to our struggles. But we have to be open with him, open about our struggles, honest about our struggles. And that really is how relationship works: honesty, trust, openness, acceptance, forgiveness. And each one of those is a whole topic in itself. I'm still a novice when it comes to understanding relationships with Jesus Christ and with other people, but I do know that it is the only thing that will make me a better person. Jesus was right when he said, apart from me, you can do nothing. The problem is that we spend so much of our lives in busy work trying to convince him that we can do it without him. We carry around a redeemed heart, a new life, with a dead battery. And our other relationships give us away. We're terrible at relationships because we don't have the relationship with him. Have you ever tried to have a relationship with someone who doesn't need you in their life? They try to make time for you, they patronize you with platitudes, but it's obvious that you're more of a bother to them than someone that they need and depend on. With that kind of attitude, there can be no real relationship. But the truth is, we do need Jesus all day, every day. And if we don't understand that, if we don't feel that and know that, our chances of growing in our relationship with him are pretty much empty. And that's when so many theologians fall back on their doctrinal arguments as a substitute for their relationship with Jesus. I know, I've been there, I've done it. We sing great hymns like, I need thee every hour, but we actually live as if we believe, Jesus, you need us. Jesus once told the Pharisees after he had healed a man born blind, the amazing story in John 8 through 10. He says to them, because you think you see, you're still blind. Because you think you see, you're still blind. Of course, he's referring to a different kind of blindness, a much more serious kind of blindness, even than physical blindness. And that kind of blindness is very serious because it keeps us from the one who is life. It's much more serious. It's incurable, except by knowing Jesus and by knowing him more intimately and more honestly, abiding in him, and then the changes begin to come. And he calls those changes fruit: a changed soul, a changed person, a person who is different than they were before. Their life is growing in them. And that's not even possible without a real relationship with the one who gave us new life, and the only one who can change that life into a growing life. I think it's safe to say that everybody wants to be wanted, maybe even God. Everyone wants to be trusted, even God. Everyone wants to be known and taken seriously, even Jesus himself. And that's how a relationship is built. The only way my life and your life matters is for his life to be constantly living out in mine, because I know that I need him every hour and that he satisfies my every need. And that is relationship. And that's all.